Reolink have asked me if I'll review a new camera of theirs. This is the Argus 3 Pro. It's a battery operated camera. It's capable of producing 2K video, 2560 by 1440 pixels. It comes with PIR detection. It's got two-way voice communication, two spotlights on the front because it's also got colour night vision. And if you pair it with one of these, which is one of the Reolink solar panels, then there's a good chance you'll be able to run this camera permanently without having to recharge the batteries, because it's designed to only come on when it detects something, and it will notify you if it detects a vehicle or a person within its range. So the camera's got built-in conventional IR LEDs, so it's got conventional night vision in black and white, but if you turn the floodlights on, I've turned them off so I can film this. Normally, if it detects movement, the floodlights will come on and it will switch to colour night vision mode. So it can see in the dark if there's no ambient light at all. So this is how the camera arrives. Remember, you can pause the video if you want to read any of this. Inside the box we've got the camera, security bracket, stand bracket, fixtures and fittings, a micro USB cable and a loop strap. There's also a set of instructions and some other assorted paperwork. So this is the box that the solar panel comes in. Inside the box we've got the solar panel, the mounting bracket, fixtures and fittings and a set of instructions. There are several ways to mount this 4 megapixel camera. The first one is using the security mount, which is the one most people would expect to use. So if you look on the back of the mount, you can see there's a facility there, a keyhole for maybe mounting it on a large screw, but also can you see how it would be possible to slot a belt through there? Reolink supply a belt with it so that you can actually strap it onto a tree or a post or something like that and mount it somewhere where you wouldn't want to actually use a screw. So the normal method of using this mount would be to use two screws and screw it into a wall using raw plugs. Then if you want to mount this camera inside, then you've got what's called the mount bracket. Now this is absolutely brilliant. It's got a rubber base and two rubber pads, one on each side. Now the camera just literally drops in there. You can adjust it up or down, obviously swing it left or right. So if you mounted it inside, that is a brilliant option. If we take a look at the front of the camera, you can see there's a status LED in between these two spotlights. The two yellow things are the two spotlights. Quite impressed with the brightness of those spotlights. The lens obviously, and then at the bottom of the lens there in the centre there's the daylight sensor. Just underneath the lens, that is a microphone, and this round thing here is the PIR detector. On the back of the camera there is a speaker. This is the micro USB charging port. That comes with a rubber waterproof cover. So I'll put this in the stand mount and pull this waterproof cover back. Under there we've got the on-off button and a slot for a micro SD card, and it says it will take up to 64 gigabytes. So the micro SD card just slots in there, clicks into place, and this is a reset pin. This is in the fixtures and fittings with the screws and roll plugs, and there's a hole there. You can put the pin in there, press that down, and that will reset the camera if you ever need to reset it. So I'm just going to plug the cord in, and as you can see we've got an orange LED on the top there. So that says that it's charging. The LED turns green when it's fully charged. To set up the camera using a smartphone, you've got to scan the QR code. So you need to download the app and switch on the camera using this toggle switch here. So that camera is letting you know now that it's switched on. So next, open up the Reolink app and then click on the plus icon in the top right hand corner. And then you've got to actually scan the QR code on the camera. There's a QR code there. Once it's scanned that QR code, you can see that you've got two options. We haven't configured the Wi-Fi for this camera, so I'm going to click on that. I have heard the ding sounds coming from the camera, so we certainly have. So I'll click on that, look, click on next. So I need to put the password for my router in there. Click next. So now it's saying that what I've got to do is point the camera at the phone, click scan now, and let it scan the QR code that it's going to show. So I'm going to do that now.
Connection to the router succeeded. Welcome to Reolink.
It started the initialization. I've got to create a password. So I've created the password. Click next. Name your device. Next. Click outdoor. Next. Click use now. And there you can see that I've got the Argus 3 Pro. So I'll click on that, and there you can see, if I tilt it upwards, you can see my ugly mug. So that's connected. So as you can see, I've used the strap to mount it on that tree there, but this is just one option that I'm considering. So after a fair bit of experimentation, I've decided to mount the camera here. So hopefully this will give you an idea of what the sound quality is like. I've got it recording now, and what I'm going to do is actually bring my camcorder outside and I'll set the siren up so I can get the siren to go off. Well, you can definitely hear it. It's not really loud, so I don't think it would be annoying your neighbours if you had this on. No, you can't hear it very well inside, so actually I think that's just about right, because it will alert anybody that is approaching the house, let them know that they're on film, and hopefully deter them if they're up to no good. But it won't be disturbing your neighbours, and it won't be disturbing you, at least not too much anyway. It's not very loud at all. So I'm going to turn the siren off. I've set up the talk button on the app, which is fairly easy, and I can tell that this is going to be quite suitable for having a conversation. It's not brilliant, but it's perfectly adequate to talk to somebody outside if you want to use it as an intercom. So the camera can be configured to send your phone a notification if it detects movement. It will say it's detected a vehicle or a person, and you can also get the camera to send you an email to say it's detected movement, and it will either send a picture or a short video depending on which you select. If it is the video, it's a low resolution video to save space. The solar panel comes with a 4-metre cable, and you can see that I've run the cable up and across, so that's the solar panel mounted. So the next two clips will show you the detection range of the PIR detector. Now you'll notice that when it detects me, I'm a lot closer to the camera than I thought I would have been with the PIR detector. That could be something to do with where I've mounted it, but I have followed to the best of my ability the instructions in the instruction manual. But you'll notice that the car, the post van, is picked up way earlier because I think it's a lot warmer. So that will just give you an idea of what the detection range is like. Right, so we'll see how long it takes to send the notification to my phone. I'm just going to move now. It should set the camera off, and you'll know that the camera has been set off because the light will come on. So that's very quick. Hopefully I've done a reasonable job of showing you this camera. Now I'm impressed with it. I think it's good image quality, it's easy to mount, battery operated means that you can virtually put it anywhere so long as you can get an internet signal, and I think it's actually very useful. I love the fact that it sends you a notification when it detects movement. The vehicle and person detection is brilliant. So very few false alarms with this camera. I was quite shocked to see that little clip of the cat. I don't know how that managed to get in there, but even so, I've been going in front of that camera constantly since I started making this review, and every single time we've had a notification and it's sent me a video clip, which is absolutely brilliant. The one thing that disappoints me slightly is how close I've got to get to the camera in order to set the PIR off. Now you can see on the video that the post van sets it off from a long way away, but I've tried it over and over again, and where you see me setting the camera off on this video is where it actually sets off just about every time, and I'm very close to the camera itself. Now that could be to do with where it's mounted, I don't really know. I think that is the only thing that I'm slightly concerned about as far as this camera is concerned. In all honesty, I think it's a smashing little camera, and I'm really glad that Reolink have asked me to review it. I hope you found this review useful, and thank you very much for watching.